Hey y'all, it's May the 14th, 2018. There's Bella. She never can get enough. She can never get enough. Y'all, I wanted to make a response video to a response video that was done to a video of mine, in which, part of the video I was talking about, I brought up, I believe it was a live stream. I think it's a really long one in which, I brought up the idea of socialized healthcare and, the downfalls of it. And the thing is, at this stage in the game, people be hard pressed to not see the downfalls that do come with socialized healthcare. All right. And in the response video, I got from a very dear commenter of mine, man. Say contributor to this channel, Mr. J.K. Phillip. He gave me a video response, which is honestly, you guys, that's what I look for. I appreciate everything y'all do. All the comments and stuff, man, they're very thought-provoking and everything like that. I really appreciate them. But video responses are my thing and stuff, or even more so, like if we were to have a live conversation, things of this nature, and hopefully I'll get my technology together and we're going to build that up. I should have had it already together, but I don't, and that's my fault, you guys. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, like I said, in my video, I had mentioned the downfalls of socialized healthcare, and there are some, if you look into it, especially, for example, this recent case dealing with a little boy named Alfie in Great Britain. Basically, they just watched him die. They were like, you know what, he's going to die now. Don't you even worry about it. And then they let him die. A lot of people got upset by that. All right. And then so I got a response from my man J.K. Phillip, in which he was also making great points. Now, before I go into the points that he was making, all right, I want to state this. I want to be very clear as well. All right, I'm not a gay fella. All right. All right, you can believe it or you don't have to believe it. It really doesn't matter. If you think I'm a gay fella, then go for it. But the thing is, I'm not a gay fella. All right. As far as gay fellas and stuff, man, I really don't have anything against you. I'm not gonna, hunt you down or anything like that. I'm not an enemy of the gay fellas. All right, but with that being stated, I was surprised and I was taken back, to be honest with you, man. J.K. Phillip. See, the thing is, me and J.K. Phillip have been talking for a long time. And after a while, just from the things that he said, you start to draw a picture in your mind. And you think, wow, this guy might look like a troll or something. He might look like a troll or something. This is what I gathered about J.K. Phillip. All right, just to be candid. So, this fella, he probably looks like a troll or something. I've never seen him, a lot of times people don't get up in front of camera. For whatever reason, various reasons, maybe he looks like a troll. All right. So, so I see the video response. And, like I said, not gay or anything, but this dude's a handsome ass dude. All right. That was weird, and I was taken aback by that. And I want to encourage, like I left a link below to the video. I want to encourage all my, lady viewers and stuff, for y'all out there who might be ladies and stuff, go check out the video, dude. Not that I want to, I'm just saying. It's surprising. The thing is, I think J.K. Phillip, if he had the desire to, which not everybody has the desire to, but if he had the desire to do basically what I do here and stuff, probably more than likely he would develop a large female audience, more than likely. You know what I'm saying? That's just being real. All right? Like I said, I'm not gay. All right? But I just wanted to point that out. Anyways, besides from, he's a handsome dude. All right? Besides from that, making some really good points as well. And the thing is, I can't really argue against the points that he was making. And he was bringing his own personal experience into the mix. And in that, he has diabetes. All right. A lot of people already know that I am from and am currently living in the world capital. Diabetes. We basically invented diabetes. It's everywhere around here, so I'm kind of familiar with it. The thing is, you look at J.K. Phillip and you see him as, okay, he's not exactly obese or anything like this. So chances are, and as he explained, he developed that childhood diabetes, which is a diabetes it'll stay with you, as far as I know. I don't know. Some people kick diabetes, from what I understand. Most people don't, from what I understand. So he was talking about that, and I do want to relate that actually at my workplace right now. I know two fellas who they're not obese by any means at all, but they do have diabetes. They had the childhood diabetes, and so they have it and stuff. It's not exactly rare. And before that, I knew another person who was also not fat, had diabetes. Diabetes come get you, all right? Basically, and you don't have to be fat. If you are fat, chances are it's gonna come get you. Not every time, but it's very likely, right? Even still, you can catch diabetes. A lot of people catch diabetes somehow, and it's very difficult to deal with. Like I could never say that I feel their pain. Like I don't know. I don't know how that feels. Right? Like my grandpa, he died with complications from diabetes and stuff. And certainly it runs in my family. I have an aunt who's got diabetes. And you know what I'm saying? It is what it is and stuff. I mean, I might get it. I haven't got it yet. I really don't think about it. But the thing is, it's a situation in which I do feel and I can empathize. I don't know what that feels like. I have a slight idea of what it might feel like, but the thing is, it's a serious deal, is what I want to say. All right, so he was talking about that and the complications that people could have from that and the financial complications that people can have from that. And the point that he was making was, all right, a lot of people don't like socialized healthcare, but at the same time, right now, we don't necessarily have whatever single payer or the different other variants of socialized healthcare. We don't have that. Meanwhile, people are suffering, all right, just to put it lightly. And he put it all out there. Like I said, I encourage you to go watch the video. He's very articulate. That's the thing about it. He's more articulate than I thought he was going to be. All right, dare I say, probably more articulate than myself. And I've been practicing for a long time. But the thing is, like I said, people in the healthcare system in which we have right now are liable to suffer from bad situations, you know what I'm saying? Bad circumstances, all right? Basically, it's not a good system for everybody, is what he was pointing out. And in and of itself, it has its downfall, certainly. And the thing is, even before he said this, I would have to agree with him. It really does. It really does. Lots of times people get in the mindset of one or the other, right? For example, like one bipolar opposites, such as socialism and capitalism, right? Those are basically extreme opposites of each other. Like I'd be over here, for example, and I would say, you know what, socialized healthcare ain't for me. I don't want it. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I think it's not a good idea and stuff. I just don't want to have nothing to do with it. Someone could be on the other side and say, well, you know what, as far as capitalistic healthcare and stuff, like basically what we have in implementation right now, I don't like that either because people fall through the cracks either way. And I would have to agree, yes, with the capitalistic, mentality of having a healthcare system, people are going to fall through the cracks. Certainly, all right? Although I do tend to harp against the socialized aspect of a healthcare system, at the same time, I'm not a fan of what would be called a capitalistic healthcare system. A lot of people would think it's mincing words, but I would be more of a fan of a free market healthcare system that people could volunteer to take a part of it. All sort of different choices. I'm a very big fan of choices, and you'll have to know, regardless, when you're talking about universal healthcare, socialized healthcare, or something like that, choices is not a thing that you're gonna get, dude. It's just not. It just isn't. Choices and socialism, in any regard, do not go together. They really don't. But like I said, I would lean more towards free market, all right? And like I said, I don't mean to mince words, but it is kind of different. All right. I don't think we're at all going to see what I would like to imagine come to fruition here as far as healthcare system. You're also not going to see me out in the streets marching for it or doing rallies for it or signing petitions for it. Things like this. You're not going to see it from me. You might see it from people who I associate with, and God bless them. You know, I support their efforts. But what I want to point out right now, before we go ahead and finish off this video, is the problem. I guess the problem that we're kind of looking at is irregardless of whether or not it's socialized or capitalist. The problem, if we were to get to the root of the problem, if you were to ask me, the root of the problem are these insurance companies. A lot of people don't see. The thing is, a lot of people, they find comfort in the insurance, and I can understand why. They find security in the insurance, and I can understand why. Because when you're looking at, like Philip was talking about, when you're looking at insulin prices being absolutely astronomical through the roof, you'd have to be a straight up retard to not want to have insurance. Of course you'd want to have insurance. You can't pay all this money. Who can pay all this money? What are we, celebrities, dude? What are we, movie stars? We can't pay all this money for the dang insulin. All right, so I completely understand that. And I wanted to put that out there because I want people to know that I completely understand that. When I'm talking against socialized healthcare, I completely understand the astronomical prices of all these different medicines that people basically need. People suffer without. The problem that we're looking at, it stems and it roots, the origin of it is insurance companies. All right, because basically, I mean, it happens in all sort of different complex ways, but basically what happens is the insurance companies and whatever the pharmaceutical companies, that kind of go hand in hand, they kind of work together, they're kind of buddies in that sense. All right, so the pharmaceutical company knows, well, you know, we can just jack up the price, dude. Whatever we make, just go ahead and jack up the price. Just jack it way up. Because here's the thing, people get insurance and stuff like that, the price is going to get paid irregardless. You know what I'm saying? It could be insulin that we could make and we could produce and we could sell for $40. But the thing is, we like money. So since the insurance going to pay that irregardless, why don't we make it $400? All right, $40 just became 400. All right, maybe why don't we make it 4,000? Whatever, we're gonna get the money. That's the game that's being played, right? And the thing is, that game is completely and totally and utterly facilitated by the insurance companies. This is doing it. And the thing is, I'm not no sort of genius. All right, a lot of people have said this, namely in Ron Paul. All right, Ron Paul's been a pretty loud voice in this whole. I mean, he's basically saying what I'm saying right now, but in a more articulate, I mean, this dude knows stuff. This dude is an autistic machine genius, Ron Paul is, dude. And I don't want to get off into a tangent, but it is the insurance companies doing this to us. You understand that the prices should not be what they are, right? If they were operating in a supply and demand type of free market situation and they tried to sell their stuff for 400, 4,000, just jack it up 10 times, 20 times, if they were going to try to do that, they would fail miserably because somebody would produce the same exact product for half the price, for a quarter of the price, for a fraction of the price. You know what? Drive you out of the market. Guess what? That's supply and demand. You didn't bring people what they needed for the right price, and so therefore I'm going to do it. That is the essence of what free market is. Right? However, the more and more and more legislation that is implemented, the more the government has something to do with what's going on here, the more regulations that are tacked onto the process, the more you're going to see your choices dwindle, the more you're going to see these prices rise, the more you're going to have to definitely be dependent on an insurance company. That is by design. They got you. right? They got you. Not only that, they got a lot of people thinking that they're helping them. They ain't helping you with nothing. They're helping you be very dependent on them. And honestly, I find it a little bit sinister, to be honest with you. That's why when the ACA did come out and stuff like this, a lot of people benefited from it. A lot of people benefited from it, and God bless them. I have nothing against any of the people who benefited from it. But me personally, I did not benefit from it, not in one single way. Right? And my saving grace is that I was too poor to be fined. A lot of people got fined for not being able to afford the insurance. Like, I know people who were fined for not being able to afford the Affordable Health Care Act. All right? So that is a problem. And you know what? The thing is, we got to finish off this video because I don't want to make it a long video, but what I'm talking to you about right here, right now, is it's an expression and it's sharing of thoughts and ideas. I want to emphasize that although I see the solution in free market, although I see the solutions in lowering those prices, which they could be done, that absolutely could be done, but they're not doing it. Mind you, this is something that Trump's brought up. Dude, why are our medicine prices so damn high? How come you can go to other countries and get the same exact medicine for way cheaper? Why is this? Well, I didn't hear any of the other politicians bring it up, but I heard Donald Trump bring it up. All right? The thing is, man, it's really a damn shame either way. Like I said, I'm not holding my breath, and I don't suggest...
Get Sergio got more, and I'm on my way home.
All right, I need to be able to, I can't turn off the text message robot. But anyways, I'm not really holding my breath necessarily. I'm sharing these thoughts with you, these ideas with you. And I encourage and I hope that y'all suggest thoughts to me so that I can consider them and I can roll them around in my head. Do I think that we even stand a chance at being able to implement a successful free market plan or even a successful socialist plan? No, I do not. I don't. Not at all. But we're all up in the tribulation, and that is the problem. See, we need to find our own way out, and that is the problem. A lot of people are going to fall through the cracks, and I certainly don't appreciate that. I don't care for it. I'm not entertained by it. I wish nobody fell through the cracks. They don't have to. But however, that's the system that's been kind of forced upon us. All right. Shout out to Martin Shkreli, by the way. I mean, that's my dude right there. He's in jail and stuff. A lot of people hate his guts. But if you were to know the true story, or at least Martin Shkreli's side of the story, you start to understand where it is I'm coming from with these damn pharmaceutical companies, with these damn insurance companies. Dude, they're trying to play us all like fools. All right? I'm gonna have to holler at y'all a little bit later. Take this dang dog for a walk. All right, I'll holler at you.